Well, where to even begin? Because this has been quite a trip. So, for the last 5 or 6 months, there was a major debate within SPTV as well as outside of it. Is Aaron running a cult? And for a long time, Aaron and his supporters were like, no, you're misusing the word. What are you talking about? And just now, with the SMACK video and the comments to it by his fans, these are not detractors, these are not critics. His own fans are like, yes, we do have a cult. We do have a cult. And we love it. We love the cult. We want more cult. Alrighty, so the debate is kind of over. The fandom that Aaron has attracted is itself saying, yes, we are toxic fans. We love it. We want more. Alrighty then. But unlike others, I'm not here to just pile on Aaron and what's the word? Be deceptive, especially when it's not necessary. So one of the major charges that Aaron faced is that he was manipulating the funds he gave out to various people with the SPT Foundation. So the people who were getting money do affirm, yes, he did support us. We got money. However, sometimes some very troublesome conditions were attached that basically were asking them to be silent. So he'd hand over the money, but he basically tried to force people into silence. Now, Liz Gale before said she didn't know anything about it. So Liz recently corrected herself, and she was a board member for a while. And she says, apparently, no, she did get a chance to see some of these troublesome legal conditions. However, she messed up. Apparently, it was some kind of email. She didn't know how to read it, but it was there. So Aaron wasn't secretly doing these things. So I will apologize to Aaron because it seemed like secretly he was going behind the board. But apparently, no, he was up front saying, these are the new conditions. You guys get a chance to read it. I'm still not clear how the voting mechanism works. It seems it's a little bit all over the place, but okay. So at that part that there was a secret conspiracy to attack Liz Ferris is not true. There was an open conspiracy to attack her, but not a secret conspiracy. So let's be accurate about Rons. So let's begin on that issue. Is Aaron anti-gay? Well, he's not exactly pro-gay, as he admitted in the Hurricane video, because he went on this very long, weird rant and tangent. And to be fair, a friend was there reminiscing, and they just went into this whole weird thing about how certain parts of Florida, the gays have a business, and it's apparently just gay only, and they were just chuckling at how weird this, I guess, space for gays is.
Pretty wild. Then I ended up working for a couple of these different properties, setting up their networks and maintaining them. It was a wild time, and I didn't know until I got hired. But you know, the pay was good, so I guess in that case, you know, I just stayed for the pay.
Yeah.
And I guess the view. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
I mean, look, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Well, again, the motto of this channel, it's let's be fair to both sides. So I think it is very legally troubling that basically there are these places apparently where gay Florida people know that this is our place. Yeah, technically we can't discriminate, but basically it's our monopoly. Okay. And by the way, that is blatantly illegal. Hotels cannot do that. Hotels cannot deny people, unless it's a totally private hotel, like it's a very small hotel, you can't do that. Hotels are not allowed to do that. So that's pretty alarming. So two things can be true. You can sort of respect gay people having minimal rights, but at the same time, if they violate even minimal rights, they're not good people. So it's very troublesome. So yeah, they were poking fun at the hypocrisy, and that is fine. Aaron is doing that a lot now. He likes to poke fun at the various groups: Jews, gays, blacks, Cubans, Mexicans. He's turning into a whole alt-right comedic podcast. Why, when, I don't know. And frankly, he's not that funny either, so it's not even a good payoff. However, in the SMACK video, I do think he made some solid observations. And I know some people will hate me, but we will be balanced about him poking fun at Nora, who was once a gay friend, but they're no longer friends, and how she's acting like zero dark Nora. I'm not going to explain the full context. I'll put another video out, which will explain the how funny that was. So, okay, that was a little funny, and I think that's correct. But now let's get to more serious business. And I will warn people, this will not be graphic, but it will contain some very serious dark subjects. So be ready for it, because it will get very dark very quickly. So the brunt of what Aaron was trying to do was basically push back and saying a lot of these complaints are very nitpicks. They're very small. They're just very silly. It's just people who can't handle his sense of humor, don't like his leadership, whatever, his style. However, he's not really breaking any laws. I would not say that. I think he's breaking quite a few laws. Whether he's actually being professional or not, I mean, the guy is literally on camera, just acting like a drunk fool. I don't see many charity presidents doing that. So we'll hear Uranus try to discourse his own self-redemption, and then we'll have Nora speak on a very major scandal and controversy, which is very serious. And now we have overwhelming confirmation that Aaron was aware of the seriousness of this issue, just didn't care.
If that's her jam, that's her jam. But, you know, she will succeed or fail on the basis of her own content, not on the basis of, no one needs permission on YouTube to succeed. Do your own videos, do your own thing, create your own space, create your own brand. My brand is Scientology. If everyone knows that I haven't done it in a long time. But everyone knows I like to take shots at Chris Shelton. That's because I really don't like Chris Shelton. He's a real
they're play acting as victims. And I agree that some of these people have suffered horribly. However, their scale of victimhood is a little bit all over the place, especially people like Serge. I know Serge is becoming the new baby Jesus that a lot of the anti-Aaron people are going to try to promote as their new cult leader, but I just find it very troublesome and just an unhinged maniac. And apparently Serge is going to go back to the favorite Mike Render grift. And listen, there's a lot to criticize about Mike Render, like Aaron. I just find it a little convenient. Once more, we're remembering the evil of Mike Render. So I guess that's going to be Serge's identity, that I hate you, Render. I hate you so much. I hate you, Aaron. I hate you so much. I want justice for mine. Yeah, yada, yada. But now let's get to the very serious allegations out there about what Aaron knew about a very troublesome incident.
That's, if you touch your own nay, that's a criminal act, right? It's real stupid. Now, as far as him not warning the SPTV community, I'll give you his direct quote. My audience doesn't know who Louis Repetto is. Why would I talk about him?
Be a little confused, so let me give the very immediate context. Basically, Louis Repetto and Aaron were friends for a very long time. So apparently he's minimizing their friendship, but no, they were connected for quite a while. And Aaron proactively had Louis in his chat. Natalie spoke with him. So the idea that nobody knows who he is doesn't ring true. People know who he is. So apparently he was promoting Louis when this thing happened, and he's trying to back away from it, saying, nobody cares about this. It's not really a big issue, so on and so forth. And yes, Aaron is doing videos about Diddy and his various sex scandals, Danny Masterson and his sex scandals, and Ashton Kutcher. But Louis Repetto, no, the audience is not interested. No, I don't care about it. Who cares? Really, who cares? So it's because he's not famous? It's because Louis Repetto is not a really famous guy that we're not going to cover the issue? Or is it because Louis Repetto and him are very deeply connected? And Aaron's own work in Scientology, he would be aware of who Louis is. So,
That's what he said to me, to our group chat, to anybody who asked him about it. My audience doesn't care about Louis Repetto. They don't even know who he is. Why would I talk about him? So irrelevant.
So he's not going to answer these questions because, guys, I have a cult. I don't have to answer the questions. And there we are. I will just conclude on one thing where Kelly Copter, who for a couple of years has really been play acting as I just love victims, guys. I'm just here to help victims. All the victims. I love all victims. And recently she had this recent tirade with Andrew Gold, who's a very right-wing guy, about the Jews in Britain being in danger. And listen, I study these things seriously. So yes, there is a lot of alarming anti-Semitism in Britain. I do agree. There is a lot of anti-Semitism. So Kelly Copter is alarmed by the anti-Semitism, but Aaron's racism, his homophobia, his other isms, she doesn't care. She's like, that was a great video, Aaron's. That was great. You being so toxic. It was amazing. Wait, with Andrew Gold, you know what the anti-Semitism was, by the way? An actress criticized Israel for killing innocent children, which they are doing. Nobody denies that. That's anti-Semitism to her. But Aaron goes on these alt-right tirades, basically victimizing tons of groups and peoples. She was like, oh, you're so funny. And by the way, he literally did a Jewish joke in the hurricane video. Is she aware of that? What does she mean by anti-Semitism? So, yeah. So there we go. So Aaron and his supporters are now, we are going to help the victims, guys. But you have to be nice to me. You have to agree not to talk about me in a bad way. And just join the cult. I think that's pretty reasonable. I'm giving you the money. Yeah, sounds pretty reasonable. I mean, Sounds a lot like Scientology, but there we go. He never promised to be better than Scientology. He promised you errantology, and that's what he's going to deliver to you. And there we are.